Hey, so what's the market update for December 2023 and what's the prediction for 2024? Stick around. Hey, Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here, your great real estate agent by your side when it comes time to sell your home, buy a home, or even relocate here to the beautiful Treasure Valley. So I'm going to keep this quick because I respect your time, but I want to tell you about, well, we have these charts that Maureen puts together every single month, packed full of some great information. You can get your own copy by just emailing us and saying, please send me the December market summary. We'll be glad to email those right back out to you. Let's take a quick look at Ada County. Just a couple of things I noticed is that, well, look at their inventory is still coming down. I know it's not a good thing, is it? Because less inventory, supply and demand, prices are going to eventually go up. Days on market, let's look at existing homes because new construction, it's kind of hard to tell because sometimes a new construction home comes on the market well before it's ready to buy or move into. For 43 days. So that's actually pretty good. I mean, even in a normal time, whatever normal is anymore. Also, this is kind of a big thing. Ada County, remember at Boise, Meridian, Eagle, the median price for a home in Ada County is $516, $517, compared to the national average of $400. So it's a little bit more spendy to go over there, but let's say that money is no object. Well, shoot, Ada County is the place to be, especially Eagle. There's a lot of retired cops moving to Eagle. It's got to be a safe place, right? But anyway, let's compare that to Canyon County. Yay! So what do we have in Canyon County? So Canyon County, let's check this out. The national average, $400,000 again. We're coming in right at $410,000. So very close to the national average. Over here, we do see that our inventory is not coming down quite as fast as it was in Ada County. Our days on market for existing homes are running at 45. And here's the cool thing too, is like the median price over here in Caldwell, Southwest Caldwell, not too far from Lake Lowell as far as that goes, $363. So that's pretty decent. And also look at the median price for all homes sold in Canyon County, $370 basically. So you can certainly get more bang for your buck over here in Canyon County. So some of the other things that affect what our market does here is some of the stuff that happens nationwide. So let's take a look at mortgage interest rates. Yay! Wow. Okay, don't fall asleep on me here. So here's a graph that goes back several decades from the Federal Reserve. Shows how mortgage interest rates, used to be higher, and then they came down, and then they've been coming down, and then they came down, and then they went back up. So, but still, even right now at 6.66, ooh, spooky number, right? That's still pretty much historically right in line with what is normal. But, do these interest rates really matter that much? Well, in a couple ways, yes. But in one way, they don't, because right now builders are still offering some really big incentives to help buy down your interest rates and maybe help with closing costs. So you can get a rate, bought down by a point or two. So you could be down in maybe the mid fours. So each case is going to be a little bit different. But so that's what interest rates are. And I also hear through different sources that the Federal Reserve said they're going to lower interest rates 3 more times this year. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, it all depends. If you can get your interest rate bought down now with the builder incentives, then you might be in the same boat as if you waited and the builders no longer have an incentive to offer incentives and you're going to be paying the same amount. So there might be a cost to even waiting. Let's check out the next thing. So again, from the Federal Reserve, here's a look at inflation. So this is inflation rates over the years. And you can see that inflation has gone up, inflation's gone down, it's gone up. And even once over here, just for a minute, it actually came down, meaning that, but what is inflation? I know it's an economic thing, right? And well, we've certainly been getting a lesson since Joe Biden took office. Of course, that was COVID, right? Well, inflation means more money in the money supply. So what happened in COVID? Federal government just started handing out money, well, yeah, maybe to you. I don't know, it didn't to me, but just in big freaking numbers to a lot of people. And that just put more money into the system. What does inflation lead to? Well, we see the result there in the Federal Reserve's CPI chart. That's Consumer Price Index. And the red line is all items minus food and energy. Of course, we always need food and energy, right? So that's we'll look at the blue line, and we can see that, the cost of things have gone up and they've gone down, and then, but they've been fairly steady the last 20, 30 years. And then again, with Joe Biden at the helm, things shot through the roof, meaning things cost more and more. But this is all pretty level, right? And so it's not a bad thing. Actually, it is, because this is all cumulative. This is just showing the rate, how much it went up as a rate. But we have to add all that together over time. So on this chart from the Fed, it takes all those ups and downs and accumulates them, because that's what happens, right? And we go up and we go up and then we go up, and it keeps getting more and more expensive. Everything costs more. And so that's a direct result from inflation right there. So is it just everything that you buy except for houses that go up? Well, no. See here again from the Federal Reserve, this line just about matches this line. This is everything you buy, and this is houses that you buy. And see, over time, they go up and they go up and they go up. And this is accumulation. Sometimes prices go up and go down, but they don't go down overall. This number, so it came down a little bit. It's still tons higher than it ever was back here. This is your housing costs, or houses, what they cost you to buy. Where else do we see that? Well, over here, just take Canyon County. This is our charts that Marine put together. We see prices went up over time, and they go up and they go up and they go up. And then they came down a little bit, but guess what they're going to do overall? They're going to go up. So what does all this mean? It means that we're going to have some pretty juicy stuff here in Treasure Valley Dave's predictions. Woo! So what are my predictions for 2024? Well, I'm only going to go out as far as like the first half or so, because the closer we get to this election year, the wackier things are probably going to get. But to start off this year, let's talk about mortgage rates. So mortgage rates are probably going to come down some. The reason for that could very well be politically driven. So let's talk about demand too. So as we get closer to the election, and if it looks like Donald Trump's going to be just wiping the floor with Biden, well, the blue states, they might start to double down on their Marxist craziness. I know it's kind of hard to imagine with California. About the time that you think it couldn't get any crazier there, it really does. Good people that are just sick and tired of the craziness, they're going to want to be trying to find a better place. A lot of them have come to Idaho, and it's quite possible more will too. Inventory. So, yep, we hear all this, like we have very short inventory. But, when rates come down, well, we have this thing called the golden handcuff. And that's a theory that says that when sellers are in their house with their lower interest rates, they're not going to sell their house. And that means they're tying up the inventory, so there's no other place for people to move to. Well, and in a sense, that's true. But when you think about it, so what happens when that person that's in that house with a low interest rate moves? Does more houses come on the market? Well, no, it's kind of a wash, because they sell theirs and they buy one. So then we're back to zero again. So what's really going to help us is our builders. And they're building great, and we have still plenty of room. Yeah, I know traffic and the line in and out, it gets a little crazy. But and then all those things come back to, what are prices going to do? Well, because of demand, prices are going to gradually start to trend upwards. So demand from what? Well, demand from lower rates, mortgage rates, are going to allow more people to qualify for buying a house. Another thing that's going to increase demand is going to be people escaping those liberal Marxist hellscapes. Another thing that's going to affect prices is going to be inflation. Remember, we just looked at that chart. It always goes up. Even if the rate comes down for a little while, the cumulative effect, it's already happened. It's already getting more and more and more expensive. So bottom line is that prices over time are going to tend to go up. So prices of houses fall into that same category. So they're going to go up as well. So what does all this mean for, let's say, buyers? Well, if you qualify for a home loan, right now is a great time to buy, because one, there's not as many other buyers, those people that don't qualify yet, that you'll be competing against. And maybe that's why builders are offering those incentives. Like I said, you can get incentives to bring your rates down, plus builders are also helping with closing costs. So right now is actually a very attractive time to get into your new home. And if you can't qualify right now, then getting your plan together. So as soon as you can get that loan, you can get pre-approved, we can get you into a house. Hopefully builders are still offering those incentives, rate buy downs and stuff like that, because that is going to really help quite a bit. So what does all this mean for sellers? Well, if you have your house that you're going to wait for prices to go up before you sell it, the house that you're going to buy, good chance prices of that are going to go up as well. And now there are some other fine points on this. So if you are in a smaller house right now and you are looking to get into a bigger house, there's more demand for your smaller house. So you probably get a better price for that right now. And the house that you're looking to buy, the bigger one, the market's still a little bit softer there. So you might be able to get a pretty good deal on that. So if you're moving up, then right now, as a seller, this is the time to take some action. If you're going to be moving down to a smaller house, then actually waiting might not be a bad idea. Yes, the house you're going to buy is going to be more expensive, but the house that you have now is going to be more expensive. Smaller houses are much more in demand. If you're looking for something that's in that smaller area, the prices of that may go up a lot faster than what your house, especially if you have a bigger house right now. Right now, even as a seller, it might be the time, but I think you probably still have a little bit extra wiggle room in there. You don't have to call me right now, although it'd be great if you did. But anyway, so that's the market for 2023, and that's my Treasure Valley Day prediction for 2024.
Wow.
Thanks for stopping by. Remember, you can always go to our website, www.treasurevalleydave.com. Check out all of our great resources, especially for relocating. I went through that process, and I put a bunch of great stuff together, not to mention all these great videos over here on our YouTube channel. So go check those out. I appreciate that. And guess what? We're going to see you on the next video.
Hey, thanks for stopping in and learning more about real estate in Nampa, Idaho and the Treasure Valley. If you'd like to learn more, watch this video here next or binge on this playlist. When it comes time to sell a home, buy a home, or even relocate to the Treasure Valley, your Treasure Valley Dave team is your real estate expert by your side, helping you get home.